Biden and Kamala speaking to those two people that may shift their vote, how would he actually like appeal to these people? Because
I mean, and then it's like this is the election of all elections where I think, and this is why you have people who are supposedly paid to do this. This is when you need like a surrogate team to be like, we are going to exhaust every single other non-political person to speak on your behalf. In some cases, that might include, I mean, the biggest one out there is Taylor Swift, but it's also the Obamas, it's athletes, LeBron, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts. Like he needs somebody on that team making those calls every single day, saying like Jalen Hurts, yo, you now, the leading black man, go out there. You're from Houston, go out there. I think he and his team need to start making those calls now. Like, yo, Braun, yo, Kevin
and
Durant,
that's
like
the
they
problem
need to do
though.
that.
How you say it now? They are, and that I think a lot of black people are feeling this way this election term too. We're tired of being used as like the saving grace or like the you can count on them or that option. And they're gonna wait until the last minute to directly speak to us instead of doing it now when bro, we're gonna be the ones that get you in the seat.
I
Yeah.
would agree. I mean, like, and I think the problem is that I think one, they do it too late. And I also think that even the people who they reach out to, I know people who have like said, hey, we made this ask, it just didn't work, or like they didn't want to do it. And I think to your point, I think it's also the urgency of like, hey, you might not be effing with us, but you're definitely not gonna like it. Trump comes in here. So yeah, Steph Curry, get out here, come to North Carolina where you're from. Start
I'm
voting.
gonna say something. I guess this maybe is controversial, but like let's say these elite black people that he could call on to speak directly to the community are not actually in his party. Like that
I
could
think
be.
they would be just off of a branding perspective. You figure that out later.
Yeah.
And like that's why you have vetting. You figure that out. You figure that out. But I'm sure as Mackenzie can tell you, it's like all about like brand awareness. Who are the good people on behalf of our brand? Who can fill the gaps that we can't? And like they need to think hard about that, like now.
Yeah,
Like,
and I would even say like from a team perspective, I don't know who's running their team, but I would say maybe some younger people need to be in there like Gen Z, because like I just feel like because it is election year, I should be seeing him every single step that I'm like, I should just see him everywhere. And like to your point, Henry, talking about, or maybe it was Noah's point, just bringing in LeBron and like all these celebrities and stuff. If and it should have happened last year, and it should have been in a more organic way. There's so many ways now with just marketing, brand marketing, that they could have come up with so many innovative ways to make it not look forced.
So and maybe that becomes of your algorithm on social media is what you put into it. So you're only gonna see what you put into your algorithm. So because arguably they've had more cookouts at the White House and more things that do speak toward our
But
value.
most of them wasn't most of them though ran by Kamala though?
But that
I mean,
that
no,
all ties together,
yes
no?
and no, yes and no. But then
Yes,
it's like, but then like putting on my campaign hat, it's like, but then are you only reaching out to the people who are already in the know? You got to stop doing that. You have
yeah.
to break out of that. So like, I'm just thinking off like the top of my head, like for every time Breakfast Club has something, or like even like lesser known podcasts that are still like famous, like yo,
Like
give.
us.
No, I was yes, like us for sure. I was
Kamala,
gonna say
come
like
on
yo,
down. Come on down. Ain't you?
give but like
Why-
give the read a bag and be like, give Kamala 15 minutes. Horrible decisions. Give them a bag. Have an ad on there. Like those are the things they need to start doing now. Like, what do people our age watch and listen to?
Hot Ones.
Like they need to,
Hot Ones. Have you guys watched Hot Ones? I think
of
that would
course,
actually be so
of
great.
course, of
All it is
course.
him eating hot wings and answering tough questions. And that guy is actually really good at questions. But
He's
stuff
very
like
good.
that,
Yeah,
stuff
like
like that is why I say that there needs
So
to, I
you're
don't know who's on
saying
the team,
intermix
but
it more organically so that it reaches, the younger
well,
if I
yes,
started tomorrow on their team, I
other
would say call Quinta Brunson right now.
yes, stuff like
Get her
that.
on the phone
Stuff
and
like
let's
that.
talk it
And
through.
Okay,
and
but they're gonna argue they played with Cardi B the last time.
but see, we're
Call her
beyond that.
again. I don't care.
But I would just say that there's so many ways and so many platforms. We're beyond the barbershop. We're beyond the fried chicken at the dinner table. We're beyond, like, there's so many other ways to be organic. And I do feel like the fried chicken, I'm sorry, that was just such a cheap, and to me, almost a lazy way, because
It is lazy.
we've seen that before. We've seen the barbershop tours. We've seen it. You know, yeah, get on, do a little appearance on Abbott Elementary. That would have been like just stuff that's more organic and natural. And we're not talking about politics, but hey, by the way, President Biden's making an appearance on Abbott Elementary. Like that stuff, type of stuff, and is giving you a lot more face time.
Shoot, you know what I would do? Yo, get that man who everybody knows, who's America's newsman. Get Phil Lewis on the line.
Oh yeah,
okay,
see?
Get him. Like, think outside the box.
You seen a tweet today.
Get us to be on your team and pay us, because we are giving.
I was about to say, honestly, this
right
whole
now.
clip
Really
needs to be wrapped up and sit in a pitch deck to, hey,
yes,
team at us.
We would be
WRGO5.
We'd be working.
We gonna carry you to the White House, Biden. We got you. We got you.
Actually, and that would be a testament. We're gonna carry, Black people gonna carry your ass to the White House.
That's, if that ain't true, I don't know what is. If that ain't true, I don't know what is.
Look, if he hired us, it would be Biden, the first family, Kamala, the second family, us, row 3.
My mom made
it. Yeah, right, with a t-shirt. I did it. But I think like we should even like, I actually think this is like something that we should even like consider as like a fun episode thing, where it's like, hey, if you were on his team, who would be your first surrogate call? I think we should have like a surrogate draft and just see like how that goes one day. Because I think it would be very interesting and showcase each of us how we each differently think and like what networks or what media we're each tapped into. I think that's actually something that we should actually, we should explore.
The audience
moving on.
All of our strategy today, boy.
But you never know.
Yo, if you are a Biden staffer, you better put our names at the top of that memo for that senior staff joint.
We dropped some gems.
Yeah, we did.
And if he did them, they would actually, I would say, create some momentum behind him.
This will be my last note, though, even though, because he did do the Vogue. You know, they do 73 questions.
Yeah, he did.
And it did decently.
It was fine.
There was still hate, but that's a different way to still be cool.
Or like, even like the things that I watch now are like, this will be the last thing I say. Like, don't you know like how they do like those like interesting things where it's like, I forgot who does it, but it's like, hey, I'm President Biden, and here are the things that people Google about me. And it's like they like rip it off and has, like, a question. Or do like the GQ, here are the 10 things I can't live without. Do that stuff.
So we've agreed that the communications team is weak.
They're trash. Garbage.
Yeah. You got two people that work in media, one that work in politics.
And this off the dome. This off the dome.
We're doing this live.
We're not even flying. We just chit-chatting. Like
it's nothing.
But I think that goes to what we've always talked about, is that like these political campaigns, they have nobody on the staff who not only looks like us, but who is our age, who is actually like a real person engaging in the world. Because it's like, you can have these people on your staff, but are you empowering them to make decisions, have their own budgets, to say, hey, yo, I'm going to do this, and you are going to be fully behind me and support me, and not just say, hey, here's the memo. I read it. I don't like it. It's like, you actually have to empower, because there's a difference between hiring people and actually empowering them to make decisions. And clearly, I don't think their staff is diverse. Do they empower them to actually make decisions? Probably not.